I started the morning watching a little-known guy named Mike Bloomberg vote in the primary. I then walked about 20 blocks downtown with him. Nobody except for one person recognized when it was lit. He said, "I didn't see it last night's dinner party," and he said, "Another dinner party I wasn't invited to." And shortly after I left him, the first plane hit. And I got down there just as the South Tower came down. And I was standing across the street when the North Tower came down. I remember watching the people jump. I remember the sounds of them hitting. I remember seeing a person go from being a person to essentially nothing. I remember looking at the fire rigs that two dear friends of mine parked right in front of the North Tower, so I knew they were both up there. I remember hearing my friend's voice that he was on the 35th floor. And then I remember later, I just remember thousands of butterflies flying through the smoke. And the fireman said, "They're souls." It just makes you think. My poor kids saw me on TV getting swallowed in dust, thought I was dead for half a day, so that made me reconsider putting yourself in harm's way when you got kids. Made me think a lot about journalism. You're sitting there, people are jumping, you got a pad. What do? You start marking down how many are dying, and then the tower comes down and you're not doing anything for anybody? Because probably would, but there's no one to help. There was nobody. Everybody was either okay or they were dead. I don't think it changed much at all. My friend Patty Brown, he went to Vietnam and he came back. Everybody called him a baby killer, so he became a baby saver, and he became probably the greatest fireman ever, certainly the most decorated. And he was killed in the North Tower. And I think the one thing he felt about Vietnam is that at least we learned a lesson, that we weren't going to race off into some other crazy war where a bunch of kids end up getting killed for nothing. And the next thing you know, they use his death and the death of all those other people as an excuse to go into Iraq. It did confirm some things, some good things that I think have not changed. And whenever America is struck by absolute evil, the immediate response is usually goodness. And you saw that in the towers with the firemen and with civilians who helped people. One thing I do remember was that some kind of huge amount of money came out of the tower somehow, and it landed on top of the dust, and it was just pristine. And people just walked by it like it was just so much paper. Money meant nothing that day.